us physically, but just my mindset. So,
Becoming a better blocker, what is it taking to really get to that point now?
it's kind of being mad at the line every time you get up. And that's hard for me. I'll be just laughing and joking, but I got it now, yeah.
You still like to joke with them though? Or you just kind of throw that away?
Oh, no. I can't play serious. I gotta laugh and joke. Now, when I line up, I can be serious for blocking, but outside of that, I can't be serious.
How much are you guys taking responsibility, kind of helping out that offensive line, also in the blocking game, not just pass catching?
I mean, if you've seen the last couple of years, most of the runs are based off of the tight ends block. So, I mean, we work together on C combo blocks all the time, and that's just like the main focus for us.
Coach Gilmore said it's kind of been like a 3-year process for you to get to this point, and that he expects a big year from you. I guess, what do you expect from yourself this year, and what's that process been like?
As far as myself, I don't really expect anything. I just want the season to go well for the team. I just want I appreciate you. I really want our tight end group as a whole to be good, because as a leader, that's my job. That's what I want. And outside of that, I don't really care. Just have fun. You know what I'm saying?
Coach Gilmore was talking about you guys have been better at alignment, identification, all that kind of stuff that you guys do pre-snap, eliminating some of the errors. Where have you seen that benefit you guys?
Everybody in our group pretty much knows what they're doing. Majority of the time, like I would say about 98% of the time. You got your little 2% that's a little shaky, it lives in a gray area. But everybody else, we know what we're doing. So it makes our job easier, it makes you play faster instead of thinking. I mean, all love to Keon, but I mean, he's gone, so it's really about us and the team. So I mean, we moved on and we're perfectly fine. I think we're pretty good. I mean, I was already going to be a big part of the passing game, so nothing really changed as far as that went. So I mean, it just is what it is.
Coach Gilmore talked about you becoming more of a leader after butting heads. What does leadership mean? What is a Maliq Carr leader?
For me and my guys, we have fun, but we got to make sure we know what we're doing. But I don't do serious. Like, serious doesn't get through to people our age as far as shit goes. Stuff goes. Ooh, you didn't hear that. You didn't hear that. But as far as stuff goes, like, as far as, like, attention span and all of that, it's hard for people to pay attention when you're always being serious. Like, you got to be able to laugh and joke with them and then get back into being serious for them to pay attention and know what they're doing. And that's just how we live.
What's the relationship been like with you and Coach Gilmore? You said you two used to butt heads a little bit back in the day. What has that been like now?
Nah, back in the day, it was back and forth almost every other week. So now it's more like we got a better understanding of each other and where we're coming from.
Was it more like of what he wanted out of you, or just what was the disconnect there for a second?
Personality, just bumping heads at first. It's like there. We both weren't necessarily open to each other as far as like outside of football, and that didn't really help build the relationship. But as time went on, we got to know each other a bit outside of football and made the relationship better.
Were you frustrated at times with how many snaps you were getting, and how did that kind of manifest when you kind of that?
Yeah, I was frustrated, but I mean, it is what it is. It got me to this point, and I'm okay, like now, so I'm not really tripping about it.
So where did you need to meet him? At what point, like, so you guys could mesh and work well together?
For me to listen to somebody, as far as I go, I need to have a relationship with somebody. And me and him didn't really have a relationship, and it was just building a bigger disconnect day in and day out. But we started to build that relationship within the last couple of years, and it's gotten better. I really don't think so. I think like gradually it just happened. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like one big moment. It was like gradually it just happened, and we got to be around each other and be cool.
Is that ever something frustration built to where you
Nah, that's not really me. That's just not who I am. I mean, my first transfer was more so I can get closer to home because I care about my grandma and my little brothers, watching my little brothers grow up. And that's how it is.
Maliq, a few seasons ago, we sat in the high school gym. I know you're about to laugh, right? Talk about your growth from that point, and then you're hearing about Coach Gilmore talking about your growth. Talk about the guy you were a couple seasons ago and who you are right now.
As far as a couple seasons ago, when I first got here, I was really still in my receiver mindset because that's just how I was. I mean, I was that for majority of my life, so it was just natural for me. So making a transition without having a real spring was kind of hard. So I believe this spring really changed everything to make me a better tight end, and that's really where the growth came in.
Yeah. And then Coach talked about how you guys will go back and forth. You just talked about that too. What advice can you give to a strong-minded player, but that still has to be able to kind of go back and forth with a coach like Coach Gilmore has so much experience?
You got to find a equal ground to connect on. I know it's hard because generations is different, and we're used to being on our phones all the time.
He said he don't need no 22-year-old friend.
Yeah, you feel me? So it's hard, and I ain't even 22. I'm 21.
Yeah.
That's hard. But you got to find something y'all connect on, and it's always something.
Is it up to you, or is it up to him, or both you guys to figure out what
It's
that
got to
is?
be a mutual thing. If your coach isn't willing to get to know you, it's going to be hard for you to be willing to get to know him.
Right. Outstanding. Good luck, too.
I know you want to do basketball last year, but did you benefit from doing the whole offseason with the football program and kind of devoting yourself to that for later?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it changed my projection as far as the season went.
You talk about spring being a breakthrough moment. Was it more like the technical stuff of blocking, footwork, hand placement, all that, or the understanding that to be what you want to be in the future, that you got to do all the dirty work that tight ends have to do?
I wouldn't necessarily call it dirty work, but I mean, it was really more just getting my mind right and understanding the position of tight end. Because the last couple of years, personally, I've really been just free balling it. I was just going out there during the season and then trying stuff. And now I don't really have to do that anymore. I know exactly what I'm doing.
Talking about the basketball shift, do you feel like would you have been able to get? Coach said you were 272 the other day. Would you have been able to get that much weight on when you were playing basketball? Probably not. I would imagine with the running, right?
Honestly, I don't know. Every time I look skinnier, I'm heavier. So I don't really know. I don't know how this works anymore. So
Me too.
it's just,
But no, but you know what I mean, though. It's like going along with the off season away from basketball. I mean, did you feel like you were able to put on good weight, like good muscle, that maybe, you know what I mean, up and down in
I
basketball?
mean, in basketball, I still when I play basketball, I still put on 6-7 pounds.
Really?
Yeah. Because I still did the football lifts. That wouldn't change. I would still do the lifts. Just go to basketball practice in the afternoon.
Does it surprise you? You got up to 272?
No. My body is kind of weird. So, I mean, I'm big, and I'm still growing height-wise. So,
Who you at now?
about 6'7".
6'7"? You gonna go play basketball again?
No. That's over with.
What are some of your expectations for yourself this season? It seems like you've got the experience now, you've got the knowledge. Does it seem like everything's kind of lined up for you to? Gilmore was talking about you being the starter pretty freely. He's not saying he's got to do the job. He's the starter. We need help. What are some of your expectations for yourself?
I'm done with expectations as far as that go. I just want to have fun and win games.
How much do you
I was just coming to the end.
How much do you see yourself flexed out versus playing in line?
I don't know. It depends on the situation, I guess. I mean, whoever we playing, wherever we see the weakest matchup, that's where we want to go.
Where do you feel most comfortable at this point?
Everywhere. I don't care. I'll get in the backfield if I need to.
You approach your leadership, with humor and these things. Is there anybody else on the team that does the same, or who do you look at as, as a leader beside you?
I'd say a pretty big leader on our team is Trey. But see, Trey is more serious. Trey is more serious and straight to the point. I don't like being serious with stuff. It's just, we play a child's game at the end of the day, and I just want to have fun with it. It's too much pressure on us from the outside world as it goes anyways. And I just want to have fun and have everybody be able to have fun inside the building.
You guys work together well with those two different roles?
Yeah. We clash sometimes, but not nothing crazy. It's just see stuff differently. But we help each other see different perspectives of things.
You get the idea of a new QB coming in, whoever it is, the tight end is obviously QB's best friend and all that. Do you look at yourself as a guy that can help whoever that is settle into that job? You sort of put that on yourself to make whoever it is comfortable in that role, you know?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, whoever ends up with the job, I'm gonna be open. I'm gonna help them, so make their life a little bit easier.
You guys have a huge tight end room, obviously. How do you handle that with everybody wanting to get reps and stuff like that? Have you guys done anything different during training camp to make sure everyone's getting enough reps?
I mean, we two-spotted a lot of stuff, so everybody pretty much got reps this spring. You know, we run a lot of 2 tight end sets, and that's just so. I mean, it would be like 2 in, 2 out on 2 different sides, like on the grass and on the turf field. So, I mean, between the 9 of us, it splits up pretty well.
You feel like you guys as tight ends are on a better page with the offensive line in terms of communication and everything?
I feel like as far as tight end group goes, this is the best we've been in a minute. Because, like, I feel like there's no real big drop-off. I feel like the top is here, and the next guy is right here, and it just keeps going. Everybody really pretty much stays even.
Does it feel like everyone has like a similar knowledge base too, or maybe
Yeah.
everyone can help each other along? So.
I mean, if somebody doesn't know something, the guy right next to him does, and vice versa.
How close are those 2 quarterbacks right now in terms of the competition? Do you feel like, from an offensive standpoint, you kind of need that line in the sand saying, we're going with this guy from here for game prep?
I don't know. See, that's coach's talk. That ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm just here. Like, I can't even. I don't know. Personally, I really don't know.
So what has each done to impress you?
I feel like Caden's been more accurate as of lately, and Noah has been more like a calm, cool, collected one, and that's what I see out of both of them right now. But like, that's the only thing that really changed.
You feel like, legitimate competition with them, right? I mean, it's like, there's no bluster, it's pretty close, it seems.
I guess so.